I have to ask you, how's your boyfriend doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, for one second, I was like, oh no. Do I have a boyfriend? My boyfriend is great. He's doing fabulous. You don't even know. Dude.
I don't.
She's looking at me.
Like,
she doesn't even know. Like, I know more than you do about, oh, this makes me happy because I feel like I often live under a rock. He's doing great.
That I
Thank
saw
you so
it.
much.
Okay.
Thank you.
I was like, what boyfriend?
I know, me too. I was like, my boyfriend.
Can I tell you personally, I was so offended for you because, and for him, because I'm a lifelong NSYNC fan. I wrote them a letter when I was 14 asking to be the 6th member and even left my phone number. I've been to NSYNC concerts. So I was like, what's up? This is like pop culture 101. What's up with this dude?
It's so funny. I was a huge New Kids fan, and I wrote a letter, sent a headshot, and sent Joey an earring.
Did you really?
And also never got a response. So I feel your pain.
But I love to, it was so millennial that he re-proposed to you by way of Instagram.
Yeah, totally.
Exactly.
I was like, that's so good. Did you get like another ring? Did you get a real ring? Did you get a ring pop? Like, did you get anything?
Obviously, we got to go straight with the nostalgia. If we're going ring pop, or like you tie the dandelion around the finger. You know what I mean? Like old school style.
You ever wish you could go back? Just undo something.
Congratulations on season 2. What are you all most excited about folks seeing?
I think I'm most excited about the folks seeing our great young cast who brought their A game and did an amazing job. I'm excited for them to see and be surprised along the way and the ending.
The ending. We worked really hard on the ending, and it was a major work in progress, and we really want to leave the fans with like a real moment, and we hope that it was accomplished. You know, sometimes you're fighting for storyline and fighting for plot to move forward, but if you can start strong and if you can finish strong, that's what people remember. So we're excited about the ending, and we're just curious if like
other people will
like it, or if you will figure it out. You know, we just love mysteries in general. So we're excited to see how that plays out.
People are gonna start asking questions. We have to get our story straight.
What do you think it is about this show that resonates so deeply with folks?
Go ahead.
I mean, for us, right? It's like, number one, the nostalgia. We love the feeling of the 90s, the early 90s, the late 90s. Like, this is our era when we were like the best we could ever have been, or at least thought. We were like the coolest ever. The music, the fashion, like that for me, I love. But I think also, most importantly, of course, is the female friendships, the young women put at the helm of a very challenging storyline. You know, thinking about, I think what was interesting for us initially when we got involved in the show is that this was very adult. These were very adult things happening to young men and women. And we were curious about that. Like, it happens to us all, but like, let's really dive into what that means to be someone who's just about to start their adult life and have all these really intense, you know, experiences happening to them. So the female element at the forefront of this, and women, you know, working together a lot, even though they're against each other and there's conflict, that's always something that's been important to me.
This season, y'all are focusing on Y2K. And I remember when that happened, because I'm a 90s kid. I graduated high school in 2001. Everybody thought that was the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember it too. I graduated high school in 2000. And it was like, it was over. It was everything was gonna just disappear. So we might as well party like it's 1999. Like, that was a real thing. That was like a real thing. And as we all remember. so yeah, so we're talking about that technology. We're talking about that time in the world. We're talking about obsession and friendship and loyalty, and how far will you go to protect the ones that you love. And I remember that, you know, this is a saying that we have in the show, is this ride or die, you know, and that's the kind of friendship that these girls have. And like, I remember that with my girlfriends, like I would literally have done anything for them, right? And then you get yourself in these situations and you're like, oh no, did I really mean that? Do I mean that? You know? And it's like really asking these really grown-up ideas and questions that these young people are having to face.
So the best friend I could ever ask for, my ultimate ride or die. Ride or die.
Now this season, coming back, starting over, brand new cast, brand new showrunner, was that challenging for you all, or were you just excited just to have a new canvas and have a new beginning?
We were excited to have a new canvas and a new beginning because we felt we really completed last season's story. We didn't feel like we were holding on to anything more. And but it is a very challenging show, having 3 timelines. A lot of people, you know, do flashbacks and 2 timelines, but 3 timelines and dual perspectives. It's a challenging show, but we were excited, and we were excited to take on the challenge.
What do you all hope that people take away from the series, from season 2?
I always like, I mean, talking about the 90s, like thinking about like how hard it was being a young person in the 90s, and especially a young woman. And we're talking a lot about, you know, things happening to young women without their consent. And I think maybe, you know, thinking about back to that time when we really made a lot of change as to where we are now, and maybe taking that away and going like, wow, that's a, you know, on some level, it's kind of like a cautionary tale, but those tales happened in real life to so many women and, you know, men as well. So maybe there's like a grateful quality that we take away from going, wow, we've really come a long way. We have a long way to go. That's for sure still a very real thing. But, you know, friendship and loyalty is important, and integrity and being true to ourselves as humans is important. And society is now, you know, stepping up, and we're culturally changing a lot. And that's something I think we can take away.
I mean, you've come a long way since the 90s, since we saw you on Seventh Heaven. That's when I first came to know you as Mary Camden.
Oh my God, I was just watching, I just posted something, a little clip from Seventh Heaven, where I have a bob, Bev Mitchell has a bob, and Catherine Hicks has a bob.
Oh my gosh.
We have the same hairdo, all of us. And from the 90s, I was like, this is just, how was this okay?
I know.
How did our production designers and like hairstylists like approve all of that? Like, it's so funny to look back. I love that show. I love that cast. I love that. That's my history. I'm proud to be a product of the 90s. I mean, I don't know if that's cool or not anymore, but I relish that history.